and there are spots closer if you guys can't hear as anything that's going on or some things that are going on. What we're doing today is clearing the negative energies of 2018. And this is not just I'm going to tell you how to clear energies and things you should know and how you should be. We're going to work specifically on the people here. We have a hot seat, okay? So if you're feeling bold and you've got some issues that happened this year, or it doesn't have to actually be this year, it could be from years gone by, and you want to get through those things, then you can volunteer. We'll put you in the hot seat and I'll work on you directly. Now, the thing is, when I work on someone, anyone that has similar issues, when stuff clears for this person, it clears for everyone else in the room. So what happens in these events is I have conversations with people, and when I'm talking to you, I can tell if your conscious beliefs match your subconscious beliefs. And when they don't, I know you're lying. Now, I don't care if you're lying to me, I care if you're lying to you. So oftentimes, like my most common thing is, would you like to double your income next year? And people always go, oh, hell yes, I would like to. But their energy goes, no, that would be horrible. So we dig down and we find out why you have a subconscious belief that says having twice as much money is a bad thing. And then when we find it, I ask, are you willing to destroy that belief? If you say yes and you mean it, then the belief gets destroyed in that moment. And when that happens, people often experience shifts. So some people don't feel anything, but for some people, they will yawn, they will get hot, they will, I've seen muscle spasms, I've seen burping, and it's going to be different for each person. When my body reacts to the people's energy around here, I tend to yawn and I tend to cough. So you're going to be hearing that. I'm not sick, and I'm not bored with what you're saying. That's just my body in reaction. Okay? Yes?
What did you say about the yawning again? Say that again.
So when energy shifts for the people around me, my body reacts by yawning or coughing. Yeah.
I
So
yawn a lot, so I just wondered if the
okay. Sometimes it's energy related, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're just tired. But, that's what's going to happen. I may ask, are you willing to step out of a story? Stories are repeated patterns that happen in our lives. Right? We have good stories, like I always find the best parking spots. We have bad stories, like every time I think my life is going to go the way I want it, something happens and it gets screwed up. So if you find yourself telling the same story over and over again to people, you're stuck in that story. Right? I used to have a story that I would always get checked whenever I crossed borders. And it started when I was 19 years old, and I have evidence. I have people that are with me that see, oh my God, Shiraz just gets pulled out of a group of people. They'll single him out and they will check him. They will body search him. They will go through his luggage. All sorts of things. I always get checked crossing borders. And then one day after learning about these energy modalities, I realized, oh, it's a story. And so about 6 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm done with that story. I've had it for most of my life. I'm done now. And I haven't been checked at the border ever since. So it's amazing, because that just shows you that your stories don't just affect what you do, it affects what the people around do to you. So stories are very powerful, beliefs are very powerful. Yeah, and I said, whatever I work on, it works for everyone else. If you ever hear me say, ow, this is a fun one. It means whatever I'm talking about, someone is in resistance to it and doesn't want that moved or changed. And basically what you're doing is throwing energetic daggers at them. And those are the things that most often I find keep you very much stuck. So we're going to dig deeper on those and try to really move those things if I say ow. But we'll see how things go for people. Even when we get rid of some beliefs, sometimes there's layers and layers and layers. So it's going to depend on what's going on inside you guys, how you've been brought up, all the beliefs that have been piled on you. Sometimes a shift results in a miracle. Sometimes a shift is part of a process, and you need to clear more and more and more. So for me, I had health issues. I had arthritis for years, and it was one big shift when I found out a major belief that was holding the arthritis in place. I said, I'm done with that belief, and the next day I woke up, no pain, no inflammation, arthritis was gone out of my body. But there's still the damage done to my body, and cleaning that up has been a process. I couldn't do that the same miracle way, because there's other beliefs around what I can do, what healing is like, how long it takes to heal, that I'm working on. But things are shifting and moving, and I'm getting better all the time. So miracles and processes that happen in our lives. So we are, actually, anyone have any questions on any of that? Nope? Okay, cool. So it's been a big year for a lot of people, and I was just talking. I did a live earlier last night, and I was just talking about how relationships have been a big thing this year. And in the past just few days, I've had to deal with 4 people that are ending relationships. And it's kind of funny because it feels like it's the end of the year. Let's clear out all the bad relationships. So I just wanted to talk about that for a bit because, oh wow, people already started to shift. And this is the other thing I love about this is there's a certain energy that comes up when I do a workshop. And when you're in that energy, shifts can occur without me saying, do you want to clear that belief? You just get into a place where you're like, okay, I'm ready to let that go now. We actually had actually she's supposed to be here today, a woman that was in a workshop. It was just an hour-long introduction workshop, so I didn't even do much clearing, and she didn't talk. She just sat there and watched the whole thing. And then I got an email from her the next day saying, I've had chronic pain in my left arm for 7 years and it's gone now. So when you're in a place of allowance and saying, you know what, whatever I'm ready to let go of, I'm going to let go of in this workshop, then things start to happen. Things start to shift. And they may show up right now. That you may wake up tomorrow morning and say, oh wow, this is different. Or you just may notice things change as you're moving through life. I've had people say that. It's just like, I didn't really feel anything in your workshop, but now that I'm at work and I'm back doing my regular life, I've noticed people are treating me differently. And I didn't do anything, they're just treating me differently. Because now your energy is different, so they're going to respond to you differently. Right? And this is the thing, a lot of times we think other people in our lives are the sources of our problems. It's our boss, it's our partner, it's the government. And the thing I've found is you're creating everything. And when you realize that and grasp that and embrace it and start to make changes in you, you'll see things change around you. I had a client, and it was so funny because she said, can you work on my husband this session? And I'm like, did you bring him? And she's like, no. Does he have my permission to work on him? She's like, no, but he needs help. So I said, no, I can't work on him unless I get his permission. And she's like, well, I just thought you could as part of the session. I said, no, we're going to work on you. And so we cleared a bunch of things for her. And then she called me a couple days later. She goes, I thought you weren't going to work on my husband. I said, I didn't. She goes, then why is he different? I said, because you're different, right? If you're projecting something out, if you're stuck in a certain story about how someone is, those people tend to buy your stories and act exactly that way. When we got through blocks about what a relationship was like with her husband, the relationship actually changed. Now, this doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes the relationship changes. Sometimes you get to a point where you realize, I don't want to be in this relationship and I'm getting the hell out. So it's going to be different based on your circumstances. But, okay. There's a lot of people here who's like, well, I know what you're saying, but I know specific people that they're the problem. Okay? So, and it's funny because I was actually here for a workshop with someone else years ago, and he was doing a workshop specifically on relationships, and he started off by saying, I just want everyone to just make a pact with me and say, okay, during this workshop, I'm not going to blame anyone else for my relationships. I'm the problem, I'm creating the issues in the relationship. If I've had a series of bad relationships and people are always doing the same things, what's the common thread? Me. So maybe I should take responsibility for what's going on in my life. And then after he did that and talked about relationships, when he started talking to a few people about what's going on personally in their relationship, and it was hilarious because every single person blamed their partner for what was going on in their relationship. After we had made this pact that said, no, I'll take full responsibility. So I'm not going to ask you to make that pact because I watched that thing happen and that was just funny. But keep an open mind that if you're willing to accept responsibility for what's going on in your relationships, for who you're attracting, for how people are treating you, then if you're going to say, I'm creating that, then you're the one that has the power to change that. You don't have to wait for them to change, right? right? And when you change, again, two major things can happen. They will change as a result of you changing, or you will decide, I don't need to put up with this, and you will move on to other people. Okay, so now fear comes up. Because some people are going, well, if I start leaving people, I'm going to end up with no one. No, when you change your frequency, people move out of your life, new people come in to replace them. Right? You're always in frequency with certain people in your lives. And this is the thing that helps keep us stuck a lot of the times and keeps us from moving on and clearing out old things, is we're afraid that if we let go of this stuff, even though it sucks and we hate it, we're not going to have anything afterwards, whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whatever the case may be. So I'm just going to put this out to everyone. Are you willing to destroy the belief that if I give up what I have, I won't have anything afterwards?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. And that's how it works. Okay. So, how many people have stuff they want to clear from 2018? Good. All right. How many people would like to clear something right now? I'm going to start at the back there. Come on.
Am I coming up?
Yep.
Okay.
So, currently, I think the thing that's on my mind right now is related to what you said, and I made a choice this Christmas not to go to Christmas because I came to the point where I took an honest evaluation of where my family is and how I feel when I'm around them, and just that I don't want to be around them.
Okay.
And so I chose not to go. And it felt really good. Like I wasn't sure if I was going to feel horrible sitting at home by myself on Christmas, and I actually was like, I'm so happy with this decision. I feel so good about this. Now there's the fear of the repercussions.
Yes.
And I don't have the strength to be like compassionate and have that conversation with them and say, this is why I didn't come and this is what's going on for me, because when I say that, I get attacked.
Yep.
So, and I'm very tired of defending how I feel.
Okay.
So,
and this is a big thing, because when you start making new choices and you start shifting and you start changing, everyone else is going to get uncomfortable because they know who you are. And when you change, they're like, that's not who you are. You need to be who you are. You need to make us comfortable so that we're okay. We don't care. On the surface, they want to care. They love you. They want the best for you. But deep down, they're like, no, we know who you are. Don't change, because now we're going to get uncomfortable.
yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing that stops people from changing and keeps them in where they were, is the excuses. Okay, what am I going to tell them? How am I going to deal with it? How am I going to say it in a way they're going to understand? What if it doesn't matter? What if it's, I didn't go because I don't want to go? Right?
I'm afraid of the energetic attacks, and
Yeah.
I'm not being able to be like, I feel attacked. That's
Yes.
more what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Is I don't want to have to deal with being attacked.
Okay. So when the attacks come in, you have to understand it's about them.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
I get it. It's
Okay.
just I feel like
So what you want to do is get to this place where you see them as this person that is feeling attacked on themselves because you've changed, and they're just trying to make things right in their world. So don't take it personally. Just sort of observe, like, wow, look how uncomfortable I've made them, that they need to try to say this and do this to get me to change, to make themselves feel better. So it's not, it's more, you get to this place of the compassion. It's like a person could be yelling at you and you're like, oh, I'm so upset that you're feeling so uncomfortable because of what I've done.
I
Right,
think the
so-
problem is I had done that in the past year,
Yeah.
and part of it was with the intention that things will change, which is not a good intention if I do that. And things did change, but part of it was I was really frustrated that I had to be strong when they would just fly off the handle all the time.
Yeah.
That I felt that I had, like, that all the onus was on me, not for the fight not to happen, or for me to stay in that compassionate place, because they wouldn't go there. They would just continually attack, and so that's, I think, where a lot of my frustration is coming from.
Okay, so
right
that's going into a different belief, because that's the belief there, is that you're the one that always has to be strong.
Yeah.
So are you willing to destroy the belief that it's always you that has to be? And this is the thing, because when you have that belief, you're going to create the evidence for that belief, right? And so you can look back and say, but it's always been me. Like I've got it, I've seen it. That's the case. It's always been with my family. But if the belief if the reality stems from the belief originally, then of course you're going to have the evidence. So when you start to shift the belief, your family can actually change. Okay. So are you responsible for your family?
Yes.
Are you willing to destroy that belief?
Yes.
Whew, that's a big one for you.
Yeah.
What if they could be responsible for themselves? Oh wow, that's like they can't be responsible. They'll just ruin their lives if I let them be responsible for themselves.
Totally.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So think about one thing. First of all, how much ego is in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Second of all, how trapped have you made yourself with your family? That you won't even let them function on their own, because it's up to you to be responsible and make sure everything goes right. So when you're at a place that you're willing to let them screw their lives up completely, because it's their lives and they're responsible, then you become free. Right? And I'm not saying you just let them and go ahead and do that. If there's times that they're doing something wrong and you say, oh, I can do something that'll actually make a difference and it'll change things for them, then you can step in and say, I'm going to do this. But if what you're doing is just keeping things perpetuating and nothing's changing and they're still constantly struggling and they're still going through the same things, you're just locking everyone in the cycle. So sometimes what you have to do is let people screw up so that they can say, oh, wait, now I've got to actually take responsibility for myself. It's not up to you. Right? So how often do they say, oh, they come to you because you're the responsible one?
Actually, not that often.
Okay.
It's not. I've shifted a lot of that.
Okay.
It's the belief is still there, but it's not functioning in reality anymore.
Okay, good.
It's coming up because I'm saying, okay, then maybe I don't want anything to do with anyone, and now I'm like, but I'm responsible for them.
Yeah.
I can't leave them.
Yeah. So get out of responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this sounds like we learn you've got to be responsible. We're taught all these lessons on responsibility, and with great power comes responsibility. But the way I look at it is get out of responsibility completely and get into choice. Because there's no choice in responsibility. You have to do it. But if you let go of it and you get to a place like, today I'm going to help, today I'm not going to help. Today I'm in a good place, I'm mentally and physically capable of being an assistance, and today, no, someone else needs to help you because I'm not in a good place. When you're in responsibility, when you're screwed up, you still have to help. And that just makes things worse for you, and you're probably not effective for everyone else. So this is why I say get into choice. And you think about it, it's like when you're in a situation, who do you look at as a better person? Someone that doesn't have to help, but chooses to help you anyway, or someone that says, oh man, I gotta help. Right? It's just my responsibility. Right? Okay, so are you willing to destroy the belief that good people take on responsibility?
Yes.
Okay, this is the other thing, is being a good person. It's great being a good person, but where people get caught up is in showing people that you're a good person. Okay? Because there's a big difference between showing people and just being good. Right? My favorite is, have you ever opened a door for someone and then they walk through and they don't say thank you? Do you get upset if they don't say thank you? So if you get upset if they don't say thank you, you weren't opening the door because you're a good person. You were opening the door because you wanted to be acknowledged as a good person and get that thank you. Okay? You're looking for a reward for your actions. Right? So
And that's the thing that drives me crazy about my family.
yeah. So what if there was no reward and you could just be that good person?
The thing is, I have tried so hard to step out of that story of like, and I've said like, no, like, I will help when it feels good for me,
Yeah.
and then so much shame and blame
Yep.
because that's for
That's how
that's how they
Yep.
function, and so. And then I'm like, I don't even want to receive a gift from you because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, it's not for me, you know? They're doing it for themselves
Yeah.
to feel good. And I'm like, I don't feel good about receiving this. But I can't say that to them because then they're like, well, why? I'm doing it for you. I'm like, no, you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for...
Yeah, but don't worry about their intentions. If you're getting a gift, just accept the gift.
Again, I'm worried about the repercussions. I get, like, really nasty comments just thrown at me out of left side out of nowhere.
After getting a gift?
Yeah, for different things that I haven't appropriately acknowledged or whatever they wanted in return, time spent, something like that.
Okay. So here's the thing: if the patterns in your family don't change,
Yeah,
then you have that choice that you don't need to spend as much time with your family.
yeah,
I remember when I used to work with Bob Proctor, he said, just visit less often and stay shorter periods of time. Right? So,
yeah.
and this doesn't mean like you still love your family, right? And it doesn't mean you have to like not love them.
Just don't like
But
being around them.
just spend less time. I used to travel a lot, and every now and then I would call and talk to my mom, and my mom would give me the family gossip, and she'd go on for like an hour of all the things that are going on with our family, like this and that, and the drama and this, and I'm just like, no, I like getting it like once a month in hour doses rather than actually being home. It's kind of cool that way. But that you can have that option when you're dealing with your family, right? So, okay, are you willing to destroy the belief that in order to be part of the family, you have to be part of all of the drama and trauma in the family?
Yes.
Ooh. And are you willing to destroy the belief that if you stop hanging out with your family, you won't have anyone else?
Yes. It's still the bad person thing coming up.
Why are you a bad person?
Because you're not supposed to abandon your family.
Who told you that?
My family.
So you don't want to break the rules of the family that's causing you the anguish.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So what if you abandon all the rules you've learned on family and just start fresh from what feels great for you? Okay? And what if we also look at the definition of family? Okay? And say, what if family are those people in your life that love and support you for exactly who you are? And that's your definition of family.
And that's kind of what I've been going with. And that's unfortunately the problem is that isn't my family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, so why are they here? Why am why am I still
That's
I'm kind of going in circles, but it's like
Okay.
this is my mind right now.
and that's why I'm saying you don't have to spend as much time with that family. You can start spending
Yeah.
more time with a different family. Okay.
Ugh.
Ugh.
It's a shame.
Okay.
It's the bad person stuff. That's
Have you ever heard the expression "blood is thicker than water"?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay. Blood is thicker than water is a short form of the phrase, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which means the people that you meet and make connections with are more important than the people you were born into. Okay. Now, when it got shortened, everyone's like, oh, well, okay, I got to stick with my family. It's like, no. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Okay. So, are you willing to destroy the belief that you have to live by the rules of your family?
Yes.
Whew. Okay. And are you willing to destroy the belief that if you stop being with your family, it'll make you a bad person?
Yes.
Well, you're not moving on that one.
Oh! It's so bad. This is their brainwashing, and I can't get out of it. It's so.
Okay, but see, this is your choice.
I know.
Right? When you say I can't, you're saying I'm helpless. They have all the power. You always have the power. It's your choice if you want to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why is it so important that you don't look bad in the eyes of your family who's driving you crazy?
Because I guess there's some belief that like they've seen me my whole life, or that they know me the best, or something. So if they have bad opinions about me, then they must be true.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
I know it's
Okay.
not. I know it's not.
Okay. So what's happened is they've seen you through your life and they've formulated who they think you are and who
Yeah.
you should be.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's who you are, and that doesn't mean it's the best of you. That's just their opinion on who you should be.
Yeah.
So are you willing to destroy the belief that your family knows you best and knows what's best for you?
Yes.
And are you willing to destroy the belief that you have to meet with their approval? Whoa, that's a big one.
Yes. Yes.
That one makes me dizzy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a deep one.
Whew. Okay. How you doing?
Wait, okay.
Okay.
It's just emotional.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you willing to destroy the belief that your family's love comes before your love of yourself?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Are you willing to destroy the belief you need to prove to them you're not a bad person?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need to prove that or anything to anyone. Okay? You just need to live your life the best you can. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks about you. Right? They got their own crap going on. Just do you. And the more you step into this, the more you just be you, without excuses. The freer you'll feel, the happier you'll feel, and the more people like that you'll attract into your life. And you'll just start to see all sorts of amazing changes going on. There we go. How you doing?
Just bundle of emotions.
Yeah. Okay. We'll let you sit there for just a bit. All right, so that's how it works, people. And we're going to get a bunch of you guys up here in the next few hours. And did anyone relate to anything she was saying there? Okay, good. All right. So, yeah, so that's the preview for tomorrow, guys. Hope to see you. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Shiraz. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. And you can check out upcoming events at www.energeticmagic.com. And remember, be well, be aware, and be magical.